news for us is actually in the metals today, which, as you know, is my primary interest. We have a flagstaff and a pennant that keeps going to these. If you look at these 1, 2, 3 lower lows, 1, 2, 3 lower highs. We're hitting that overhead resistance line that was once support. Question is, will we bounce off this, or do we have just a fake out that will go higher? I'm real concerned that this will drop down. We do have some support right here around the 32-ish level, but I do think that we could, and if you look at the old chart books, they'll tell you that we could have another drop roughly the equivalent of this. I've mentioned it before, but that drop might look something like that, which puts us down in the maybe $17, $18 range. Somebody probably has done some Fibonacci on that. Maybe it's $21, but we could have a substantial drop in silver. Not sure if that's good or bad. I just think it's possible. And that's the main thing I want to look at, because this is right out of the chart book. I'll punch in a little tighter on it. Go to the 1 month view. We come through the line. We snap back to the line. And the classic pattern would be to start our decline in here somewhere. Now, what we have been doing that is a slight variation on that is here's our closer look at this, here's the flagstaff. We have been continually, originally we had a trend line that would have been about here, and then that opens up to this trend line, and now we could create a trend line across the bottom of this in a fan pattern. But a fan pattern of bottoms, to me, looks weaker and weaker. As much as I hate to say that, so many people are very, very bullish on silver and gold. It makes me wonder what the bullish consensus is, and perhaps there are just too many bulls and not enough bears in this market for us to continue to the upside without a substantial correction to shake out the weak holders. You go to the coin store, the margins are going up. They don't have a lot of coins in many cases, and those premiums just keep climbing. Where I saw today a coin store charging $8, one other coin store charging $6.50 premiums on American Eagles. That's telling me that there is a shortness of supply, so there seems to be a disconnect between the retail market, where most of us play for silver and in bullion in hard form, and the markets that we're looking at with these charts. You look at gold, you also see some weakness. It's not as weak as silver, but then it didn't have as strong a run in recent months. So that's the quick look at this stuff. I just think that we're in a vulnerable position. The very last thing I'll show you real quickly here is the US dollar. And normally when well, I won't say normally because there is no normal. Let's just take a look at it. Oops, excuse me. Here we go. UUP. Silver's dropping, the dollar's dropping. Kind of interesting. There's a 6-month chart. We'll drop out to the 1-year point of view, and you can see that this line, although this may not be totally accurate right here, we do have a little bit of maybe a fake out there, but we've dropped back down. We can also see, and I'm going to grab this one to borrow it real quickly, you can also see this line right here, and this is my concern for the dollar. That line right there, we're sitting right there. It's either a buy signal, because it'll bounce off this and go up, or right here where the little hand is, you can see that would be a sell signal if it breaks through that line. And the similarity between this and silver is a little bit disconcerting. So if you've got comments on that, I'd love to hear them, because I can't quite figure out how these markets are syncing up or not syncing up. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Hope you have some good trading, and keep stacking.